Okay.
Well, we welcome you back to the Red Pride Thundercast for a very special episode. We have Zach Ellett from Sullivan High School. Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Nick. How are you?
Uh, I'm doing just fine. Uh, well, let's get right into things. Well, football semi-state is this week, and who do you have your eye on this week?
Honestly, I got my eye on Cascade this year. Making it to semi-state for the first time in school history. I think they're gonna go to state this year.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Uh, like that's another team I have an eye on, like is 1A South Putnam.
Oh,
South,
absolutely.
yeah, like South Putnam has surprised everybody. I think. Like, I mean, they're playing Milan, like now in semi-state, and South Putnam like is favored, so we could potentially see South Putnam finally make state in something, which is really funny to say.
Yeah. See, Sullivan used to scrimmage South Putnam in football, and we always knew South Putnam was a state favorite, so that's why we always practice hard against South Putnam. But obviously, if you see week 5 of 2025, you would notice we did not even score a single point against South Putnam.
Yeah, yeah. That's because they're really good, but
Yeah.
but yeah. Well, you're also you're also like doing something that I did too. Like I manage basketball and baseball, and you're doing the same thing. So how do you think that the Sullivan boys will be this year?
Honestly, we got a new addition from Northview High School named Christian Bryan. So I think that'll be a huge plus for our Golden Arrow team.
I didn't realize that you guys had a transfer from Northview. That's cool.
Yeah, he's good too.
Did he start last year on their varsity?
Yes.
Oh, so that's one piece gone. Shocking, but yeah, but I still have them, but I still have them like as a good competitor, like in 3A, and they're going to be a
Yeah.
dark horse in 3A. Like they can easily
They're
win
gonna be
state.
good. They're gonna be good in the conference, and they're gonna be good in the first financial classic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But watch out for Sullivan this year because Christian Bryan is going to be a dark horse on
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan.
Yes. Let's get into this week's predictions. So what I've been doing, so on my prediction sheet, I've been typing down the games in my prediction and score. So we're gonna go one by one. First game, first class is 6A. Westfield Carroll. I have Westfield winning this one, 34-21. So what do you think is going to happen in that game?
I could see Westfield winning, but I could honestly see this being a close one, 25-28. Because
25-28.
semi
Yeah.
state games are usually the closest ones.
Yeah. Then the next one, like we have a very interesting matchup at Brownsburg. We have Warren Central and Brownsburg. Warren Central, they are really good, like when coming out of the regional, but I have Brownsburg winning this one, 52-20.
I mean, who might not get a pick against the Dogs? Give me the Brownsburg Bulldogs.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, the only team like that could have beat Brownsburg in the playoffs like was Carmel, but they lost to Westfield. So, but
Nah,
yeah,
I don't see.
no, I
I don't
don't
see
see
Carmel beating Brownsburg.
no. Then it's the class of 5A, which is Plainfield's class, and of course Plainfield's not in it, sadly. We have Concord, and how about Maryville? I have Maryville winning 32-31 over Concord. Something to think about with Concord, they made the game close last week versus Lafayette Jeff, and they hit a very long game winner.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really familiar with Concord, but I will take Maryville.
Yeah, 31. Them. Then in 5A South, so so this game could either be really close or what I have a blowout. I have a blowout. It's Bloomington South versus New Pal. I have New Pal winning it 45-17. This game could honestly be close because we know that Bloomington South is good, but they almost lost to Bloomington North, though. Yeah, they almost lost to Bloomington North, like in sectionals. So,
I
but I
mean,
have,
to be fair, Bloomington North does have a weapon named Noah Faree.
and that's fair. Uh, then in the class of 3A, we have St. Joe and Dwenger in 3A North. I have to say that is an interesting matchup. I don't know anything on both teams, but I just picked Dwenger beating South Bend St. Joe 32-12.
Um, Now I'm not familiar with these teams either, but I'm actually going to go with St. Joe.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Then in the next game, then in 3A South, it's Heritage Hills and Roncalli. Heritage Hills is looking to championships, this time winning class of 4A. I have Roncalli winning it 44-38.
I have Heritage Hills winning. Look,
But yeah, I have
Ron Colley's been a Cinderella story, beating Northview and all those good teams.
yeah,
But I think Heritage Hills will put an end to it
yes.
after beating a really good Martinsville team.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's something to talk about too. Martinsville, man, like they had a very slow start to the season, but it seems like that after they played Decatur, like in mid state, like they've been starting to play the teams close. Like, see, Plainfield was favored by a lot, but Plainfield only beat them by 14-7, barely a win for Plainfield back. Uh, but yeah, and now let's move to and now we move to 3A. We have Knox and Fort Wayne Lures. Knox, Miles McLaughlin looking to break Derrick Henry's record. I have Knox winning this one 24-21, and they're going to lock themselves into Lucas Oil.
Look, I love that Miles McLaughlin kid. I love his stats. So I think he's the only reason why Knox is going to go state. I'm going to take Knox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Then in the next game, it's Cascade and Gibson Southern. This game, uh, I was thinking that Gibson Southern could beat Cascade, but they also lost their quarterback last week. Uh,
Exactly. That's why I'm
yeah,
saying that's why Cascade for the first state
yeah,
appearance.
yeah. I have Cascade winning it 36-32. Then then in the last game that we were predicting, I'm not doing 2A because I don't really know anything about
My
these
A,
teams.
but
Yeah. Yeah, but it's South Putnam and Milan. I have South Putnam winning 29-15.
well, it's pronounced Milan,
Milan.
and I'm gonna take South Putnam over Milan. I mean, South Putnam's been a good team. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they got some really good athletes. They got some good coaches, which I can see South Putnam pulling off a state appearance.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that is this week's predictions. But yeah. But now more on the topic like uh of like other sports like basketball. Now now I know that you said like that Sullivan's gonna be good. Now talking about Plainfield basketball, Plainfield basketball is going to be one of the favorites, like uh, to make state like coming out of the 4A South, because yeah, we have talent. Like there's a ton of talent. There's a lot of there's a lot of good guys on the team, and but like in Plainfield was one of the teams to watch last year. But the one thing that hurt us was that we were getting up in games and losing. But we also didn't play all the good talent. But this year, uh, uh, but this year wise, uh, but this year wise, we scheduled a lot of good teams. Like we're in the Brownsburg Singers versus Santa. We're in the Lawrenceburg tournament with some really good teams in that. But for game two, like we scheduled Noblesville at Noblesville. We play at first Singers versus Santa. We play New Albany. Uh, at Lawrenceburg, we play Guerin Catholic and Castle. We play Carmel and Northview. We also play Lawrence North again. They, then the
And I assume you
yeah. Uh, but yeah, and then the last normal game that I think will be a good game, like is Plainfield, which is Plainfield at Terre Haute North and Plainfield at Warren Central. But yeah, that's pretty
yeah,
much all the
Hoppenstein will be a good matchup for you guys.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Then but some of the guy, but looking at a roster, like the Plainfield roster, uh, like the only guys Plainfield lost last year, like were Chris Harnavitis and Cole Neese. And that really doesn't take away like how good our team really is. Like we still have Noah Smith. We uh, we have our starting quarterback Bryce Bonds. Like he's been good. We have Harper Baker Lands. We have Atlanta Gillett. Chase Swafford's been good too. Uh, now on the coaching side of things, like we got one of the Speedway coaches, like as our assistant. So, but I do think that Andy Weaver's gonna be really good. Like it's gonna be a really good choice for us, and yeah,
I mean, for Sullivan, we got a legendary head coach in Jeff Moore, and we got a really good JV coach in Doug Boyd. I think they're going to pull off some magic. I mean, one of the JV players that I could see going on varsity this year is Clark French, who not only in football broke a record, who broke a school record, but I can also see Clark being a really good basketball player.
yeah, I can see that too. Well, Zach, it was nice. Zach? It was nice having you on the podcast. But
Nice having you.
yeah, the next podcast like will be will of course be the normal podcast talking about the state stuff, but coming up, I think on coming up on December 17th, mark your calendars. We have a very special guest. We have the starting quarterback from the Brownsburg High School, Oscar Knox, joining us on the Red Pride Thundercast.
Nice.
Yes. Well, it was nice talking to you.